Dear students, in the previous video lecture, we learnt about the working principle of four-stroke petrol engine. In this video, we'll learn about the working principle of four-stroke diesel engine. It's also called as CI engine shortly, or compression ignition engine. Diesel engines works on the principle of theoretical diesel cycle. Okay, so the person who invented the diesel engine, his name is Diesel. So okay, so the cycle in the diesel engine, the thermodynamic cycle, that is also called as diesel cycle, also known as constant pressure cycle also. It consists of cylinder. It is very important part of the internal combustion engine, and piston, connecting rod, crank, crankshaft, inlet valve, exhaust valve, and fuel injector. Okay, so we can observe the difference in the diesel engine. One part difference, that is the in petrol engine we used spark plug to produce the spark to burn the air and petrol mixture. But in diesel engine we are using a fuel injector. Okay, the fuel injector is replacing the petrol engine spark plug in the case of diesel engine. The fuel injector fitted at the top of the cylinder supplies the measured quantity of diesel at high pressure. So it will spray the very fine particles of the diesel into the engine cylinder. So that is the main function of the injector or the fuel injector used in four-stroke diesel engine. So now we'll understand the working principle of four-stroke diesel engine, how it works. So here the stroke names are same. So suction stroke. So earlier in the petrol engine also we had suction stroke, that is the first stroke, and compression stroke, that is the second stroke. It is same as petrol engine. Working stroke or the power stroke, this is also same in the petrol engine. Exhaust stroke, this is also same in the petrol engine. So whatever you are seeing here, so this is for the diesel cycle. The strokes are same for petrol engine as well as diesel engine. So now for four different strokes we have four different diagrams. So in this diagram we can understand how the petrol engine, four stroke petrol engine works. So now come to the first stroke or the first diagram here shown. Okay, so in this diagram, so suction stroke, we already understood what is suction stroke. During suction stroke, what happens? The piston moves from top dead center to bottom dead center, and due to the movement of the piston, and the exhaust valve is in closed condition here, and inlet valve is open. So when the inlet valve is open, and as the piston starts moving from top dead center to bottom dead center, the vacuum created inside the engine cylinder. You know that already what is vacuum. So vacuum is the difference in atmospheric pressure and the pressure inside the engine cylinder. So here the pressure inside the engine cylinder is less than atmospheric pressure. So due to that, the vacuum, the only the air will be sucked inside the engine cylinder. Here also we can observe the difference. In case of petrol engine, during suction stroke, air and petrol both are mixed and they are sucked inside the engine cylinder during the suction stroke. But in case of diesel engine, only the only the air, okay, only the air is sucked inside the engine cylinder during suction stroke when the piston moves from top dead center to bottom dead center. Okay, so the piston starts moving down from top dead center to bottom dead center, so that only the air will be entered inside the engine cylinder due to the vacuum. Okay, so now, so this is the suction stroke. So next we'll come to the compression stroke. In the compression stroke, the piston is at bottom dead center. It is already moved to the bottom, okay, in the suction stroke. So now it is at bottom dead center. Both the valves, the inlet valve and exhaust valve, are in closed condition. We can observe here, and we can observe the only the air is entered inside the engine cylinder and it is completely filled. we can observe here. So now during compression stroke, the piston starts moving up from bottom dead center to top dead center. So we can observe here both the valves are closed, so that the piston moves from bottom dead center to top dead center, and it will compress the air. Whatever the air already collected during suction stroke, that air will be compressed in the clearance volume. We know already what is clearance volume. So in the clearance volume, okay, to that volume it will be compressed. So when it is compressed, the temperature and pressure of the air will increase to very high temperature and high pressure. So now, so this is the compression stroke. So now come to the third diagram. So in this diagram, we can observe the piston is at top dead center. It is already moved to the top dead center during compression stroke. So now we can observe here the air is fully compressed. Both the walls are in closed condition. Both the walls are in closed condition. The air is compressed to very small volume in the clearance volume of the cylinder, so that the temperature of the air is increased to very high temperature, and pressure of the air is also increased to very high pressure. So now the piston is a top dead center, and the whatever the injector or the fuel injector which is mounted at the top of the cylinder will inject the small droplets of the fuel into the high temperature and high pressure air. So here the air temperature, okay, is sufficient to burn the fuel completely. So that is very important. So when it is injected, the okay fuel or the diesel will capture the fire due to the high temperature of the air, and it will burn. And the high temperature, due to the burning of the fuel, high temperature will be produced and power will be developed, that will pushes the piston in the downward direction during the working stroke or the power stroke, so that piston will move at high speed in the downward direction from top dead center to bottom dead center. So this is the working stroke or the power stroke in case of diesel engine, 4-stroke diesel engine. So now we can observe already the piston is at bottom dead center. It is moved during the power stroke or the working stroke. So now after burning the fuel completely, the exhaust gases are produced or waste gases are produced inside the engine cylinder. So those gases we have to move outside, we have to exhaust to the atmosphere. For that reason the exhaust valve is opened. Exhaust valve is opened, so that again the piston moves from bottom dead center to top dead center, and it will pushes all the exhaust gases outside. So this is called the exhaust stroke. So like this the cycle repeats, the same cycle will repeat. Okay, so this is how the 4-stroke diesel engine works. So we'll understand again in the next video lecture how the 2-stroke petrol engine and 2-stroke diesel engine works. Okay, here totally 2 revolutions of the crankshaft, okay, is completed. So here in half a revolution of the crankshaft, this suction stroke is completed. Another half a revolution, the compression stroke is completed, so that okay 1 revolution of the crankshaft is completed in 2 strokes. Another revolution is completed, another stroke, that is working stroke or power stroke, and again exhaust stroke. In this another okay revolution of the crankshaft is completed in case of 4-stroke diesel engine. And here the main difference is okay, instead of using a spark plug in case of petrol engine we used a spark plug, but here in diesel engine we are using a fuel injector. It will not produce any spark. Instead of that, to the high temperature air it will spray the or it will inject the small droplets of the diesel, and during suction stroke only the air, okay, so air will be entered or sucked inside the engine cylinder and it will be compressed. But in case of petrol engine, both the mixture of air and fuel, that is the petrol, okay, both are okay sucked inside the engine cylinder and compressed. That is the another difference. So these are all the this is the how the 4-stroke diesel engine works. Okay, in the next video lecture we will discuss how the 2-stroke petrol engine and 2-stroke diesel engine works. Thank you.